This video is brought to you by morethanArealestateagent.com, your #1 source for real estate merch on the internet. Use code YouTube for 10% off your first order. So if you're watching this video, you are one of two people. Either you are a brand new agent and you have no earthly idea where to start in your real estate business, and you've probably gotten overwhelmed with the mass emails that your new broker or your team has sent you. Or you are a team leader or an indie brokerage owner who has a ton of new agents and you have no earthly idea where to start with these individuals. Don't worry, your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor is coming to you with I'm going to basically train your people for you, if that's okay. I think that I have a lot to share in today's video, and whether you're a new agent or you're over a team of new agents, I got you covered with some of the strategies and the top things that new agents are going to want to do in the first 30, 60, and 90 days. If this is your first time watching this video, welcome. My name is Marvin Oria with The Real Blueprint, where I show you tips and strategies to help you get better, get sharper, get faster as a real estate agent. The first thing a real estate professional should do that's brand new to the business and they have no earthly idea what direction to go into? Well, I think one of the first things that you have to decide is whether or not you are going to disclose to your potential buyer and seller clients if you are brand new or not. Personally speaking, I think that it doesn't really matter whether or not you share to a person that you are brand new or not. It's a personal decision. In my experience, I feel like if I went through the study material and I actually got licensed and I'm an active real estate professional, I have done the equivalent of a year or two in college worth of study to prepare myself to serve you as a buyer seller client. So telling you that I'm brand new may unfortunately set a stigma in your mind that I don't know what I'm doing as a brand new agent, which may not be the case in the majority of circumstances. If you're part of a team as a brand new agent, that team leader is not going to let you go at it alone. They're going to support you in the entire process from paperwork until closing. So why shoot yourself in the foot, subconsciously and confidence-wise by telling them that you are a brand new agent? I personally wouldn't do it if you have a team lead that's supporting you, or if you have a mentor. If you're here at Real Brokerage, for example, we have a mentor program and a sponsor program, which gives brand new agents a leg up compared to someone who is completely brand new and just being thrown out there by their broker team. So personally speaking, I wouldn't tell a potential client that you're brand new. It's honestly, truly none of their business, to be frank with you. All that you need to make sure that you do at the end of the day is show up. If you don't know the answer to certain questions that they're asking you, don't act like you do. You hear a lot of people talk about faking it until you make it. I think that is some of the worst advice that could be pushed out there in the world. So honestly, if you don't know the answer to a question, my #1 response when I run into those situations is I tell that client, "That's a fantastic question. Let me get that answer for you before the end of business today." So you have taken ownership over finding the response to that question that they're asking. You're acknowledging that in that moment, you don't know the answer to that question, and you are committing to yourself as well as that client that you will find the answer to that question before the end of business. So your responsibility is to make sure that you do meet that obligation and find the answer either from your mentor, your local sponsor, or your team lead. And at the end of the day, your broker is there for you to support and should be able to answer the questions if your team leader or your sponsor is not able to. Hey, if you've made it this far in the video and you are a real estate professional, consider partnering with me here at Real Brokerage. Pay nothing per month, get a fantastic split, and you have the opportunity to build a business through revenue share and stock purchases. Book a call at the link below in today's video, and I'm happy to have a conversation on why I was able to grow my business exponentially by moving my practice to Real Brokerage. All right, back to the video. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to decide how you want to show up as a real estate agent. Of course, if you watch enough social media and TikTok videos, you'll see a lot of shiny suits, real estate agents that jump out of the rented Lambos or the private jets. And, that can be a little intimidating if you're a brand new agent. You have no money and you frankly don't have the funds to purchase that brand new shiny suit. So what do you decide to do? I think personally, it's best to be who you truly are, or a slightly more professional version of who you truly are. And let me explain what I mean by that. If you're not really a suit and tie guy or gal, then honestly, don't worry about that being a part of your business. In all of my videos here, and compared to most other real estate professionals' videos, they have shiny suits and all that. Listen, I'm in a t-shirt and a hat the majority of the time. When I'm at my showings, usually because it's hot here in the South, I'm in a t-shirt or a hat or, a polo shirt or something like that. But at closing day, that tends to be for me the day that if I'm going to dress up, that's the day I'm going to dress up. But 90% of the time when I'm with my clients, I'm very, very casual. If you have a lot of tattoos or some other, piercings or other things about yourself, don't necessarily shy away for that, as long as it's not necessarily a distraction to the experience that that buyer, that seller client is going to have. If you got a lot of tattoos, rock your tattoos in your advertising, rock your tattoos on social media. That way, when people see you in person, they know that the person that you presented on social media is exactly who they're going to be working with. And I promise you, your vibe will attract your tribe. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is, as you start your journey into this real estate business, get with some high-powered real estate agents, get with some mid-level real estate agents, and folks that are slightly less new than you. And the reason being is that you're going to get different perspectives from the multi-million-dollar agent than a perspective that you're going to get from someone who does just a few transactions per year, compared to someone who is somewhat new, but just a little bit more senior than you are. And what I like to do in those situations is I like to ask them, hey, can I see a copy of an inspection report that you've done? Can I see a copy of an offer that you've written on a property that you have represented the buyers for? Can I see a copy of the appraisal report? The reason being is that most athletes realize they've got to study the playbook. I'm reading this book right now. I don't know if you can see it here, but I'm reading this book right now. I'll put a link to this in the description of this video. But this is the game plan, which is LeBron James's personal trainer wrote a book that lays out exactly how he is able to train LeBron to have the level of longevity that he's had. He's been in the league for over 20 years. And of course, for me, I treat real estate, my career in real estate, like I treated my time as an athlete. And I show up to it and I study the market. I study every single day. And that's how I feel like I've been able to dominate in my local market and with the clients and agents that I work with, is because I study the playbook of those that are doing well. So if you're a brand new agent, you are definitely going to want to read through a purchase and sale agreement. Look at some of the things that that agent may have put, the language that they put into those offer letters that they wrote that helped them get the deal done. How did they negotiate? What did they ask for certain concessions on versus what they didn't ask for? And once you see enough of these types of things, you'll begin to get an idea of how you're going to want to approach it when you're helping represent buyer and seller clients. Studying an inspection report is going to be some of the most helpful information that's going to help you as a buyer's representative. And I say that because these inspection reports, they are like reading little mini encyclopedias. They're so detailed, especially if you're working with a really good inspector like I have on my team. And I'm telling you, I learned so many things about a home. I don't try to pass myself off as an inspector because I let the professionals be the professionals, but it certainly gives me a number of things that I can look at least eyeballing, that has truly helped me in the negotiation process with my clients. So for example, I've looked at so many inspection reports that I have a strong idea of what a good roof versus a bad roof or an old roof looks like. And I've used that, for example, to knock several $1,000s off of my offer price to the buyer, because I could eyeball and tell, okay, that roof is going to need replacement in 10 to 15 years. Just being able to do that, or being able to smell moisture in a home and knowing that if I smell moisture, there's a strong possibility that there could be some mold going on in that property. And I'm telling you, I don't even having that level of knowledge has helped me in a negotiation standpoint scare the bejesus off that listing agent. And they strongly encourage their client to go ahead and acquiesce to my concessions. And then if my inspector comes in and he says, or she says, you know what, it wasn't so bad. I know you caught this, Marvin, but you know what, it actually isn't any moisture intrusion. Or you know what, that roof actually is in pretty good shape. Well, I've looked like an avenger in my client's eyes because I've gotten those concessions for them based on my limited knowledge of what inspector reports look like. And now my inspector has confirmed from a peace of mind standpoint for my buyer client that that home is actually in really good shape. Or yes, what Marvin saw is really pretty much what it is. And then I saw some other things as far as what the inspector will walk through with the client. But it already has strengthened so many relationships because clients really truly appreciate that they are working with a consummate professional, someone that may not know everything, but I know how to connect the dots, and you will be able to do that as well. But you have to study what these offers look like, how they're written. You have to study the appraisal reports. You have to study any and all documentation that goes into the transaction process for real estate. Next thing that you're going to want to do, and this is my professional opinion because I've been doing this for a few years now, is I tell every agent that is interested in sponsorship by aligning with me here at Real Brokerage, I'm not one of those individuals that tries to partner with every single agent. I say it all the time. I am not for everyone, and I'm not trying to be for everyone. But when someone sends me an email or books a call and they say, hey, Marvin, I like Real. I like how you have explained how the process is and how your experience is working at Real, but I don't know if it's a good fit for me based on blah, blah, blah. I will walk through with them what my 3 pillars are, and I tell them, you choose one of these pillars and you'll be just fine as a real estate agent. And I'm saying this to you now, if you are wherever you are, even if you're not here at Real yet, if you are just brand new in whatever ABC real estate company, let's say pick 3 pillars. The first one is going to be YouTube. YouTube is how the majority of my buyer and seller clients have found me. And it's also how so many agents have found me through this amazing platform called YouTube. The reason I like YouTube is because, as I say it all the time, YouTube is the only platform that will pay you to advertise your business. And what do I mean when I say that? Obviously, if you have a YouTube channel for long enough, you're eventually going to be monetized. So that's going to be one stream of income that you're going to receive directly from YouTube and potential sponsors that may decide they really, really enjoy watching your content and they believe that if you assist them with marketing their product, then that will help you as well. But on the second note, YouTube is also how so many leads find me. I have a separate home tour channel that I leverage, that I post a lot of home tours that I do and just walking through the city of Atlanta, looking at properties in the city of Atlanta. And so many leads find me literally on a daily basis from the home tour videos that I've recorded literally over a year ago. But because it's on YouTube and will remain on YouTube for as long as YouTube is in existence, I continuously find leads every single day that make their way into my inbox. But you might say to me, Marvin, I'm super insecure. I'm not comfortable being on camera. That's just not my vibe. Okay, cool. I feel you. We all have our insecurities and the things that we have to navigate. The next pillar that I would encourage you to look at then would be cold calling, picking up the phone and talking to complete strangers all day, every day, until you have a favorable outcome. Now, if you tell me that you don't really feel comfortable on the phone, well, I'll ask you, well, why don't you feel comfortable on the phone? What are some of your hangups that keep you from making phone calls to strangers? And we will walk through what those shortcomings are to help you get to a point to where you're more comfortable talking to strangers on the phone. I've been connected to the phone as far as my business and the companies I've worked for well over 25 years. So even today, I still get insecure and have my nervousness when I'm making cold calls, but it's a muscle that I've worked, that I push through it. So if you're not comfortable being on camera, then you have to be comfortable talking to strangers. And many places, and I've talked about it on this channel at Hominem, you can get free leads from a website like propwire.com, which is where I and many other agents use to download all types of leads that are qualified homeowners. Either they're high equity homeowners, empty nesters, low equity homeowners, absentee landlord. It shows you any type of client that you think would get value from a conversation with you. It allows you to pull down and download hundreds of thousands of leads absolutely free to be able to call. So now we've taken away the fact that you said at ABC Brokerage, you don't get any leads, or you're there because you get certain leads and you want to make a pivot to a place like Real or another place, but you're afraid that you're not going to be able to get leads to call. We've solved that problem in this particular video. Now you can know where you can get leads that you can call on a regular basis. And to get the numbers for these leads, I always suggest a place like truepeoplesearch.com. Of course, if you have a dialer like RedX and some of those other ones out there, it will provide the number for you. But if you are brand new, then you probably don't have the money for it right now. So truepeoplesearch.com is a really good free one, as well as Remind. If you have access to Remind, in your MLS. That's another great place that you can pull numbers, and it will show you which numbers you can call versus which numbers are on the do not call list. So now we've taken care of that. So if you tell me, Marvin, I'm not comfortable on camera and I'm not comfortable making calls, what else can I do? Well, the third pillar that you're going to want to walk through is the paid ads pillar. And I say that because if you're not going to do video, cool. If you're not going to make calls, cool. Those two are absolutely free ways to grow your business, right? So if you're not willing to do that or you're not comfortable doing that, then you're going to have to put your money where your mouth is. So I've done a video on this channel already. I'll link it in the description of this video on how to start your first Google ad and get that up and running for as low as $5 a day. So if you normally go to Starbucks on a day-to-day basis and you don't go to Starbucks, you take that $5 to $10 that you spend at Starbucks every day and apply that towards a Google ad. Well, now you'll have the ability to be omnipresent, to show up in your potential buyer client's computer or cell phone or whatever, and you're putting that money up to do it. You don't have to say a word. You just generate the ad and make sure that the ads are very strategic. Again, click the link in the first pinned comment. You'll see the video that I did, and it'll show, and I will show you how to build your first ad. You set a daily budget, and then you're off to the races. So you have to pick one of those three pillars, but if you tell me you can't do that, then I'm not the guy for you, and I don't think anybody is going to be able to help you in your business. The next thing you're going to want to make sure that you do is that you have to dial into every single training and mastermind call that your brokerage offers, as well as any others that are outside of your brokerage. I cannot stress enough how the ability to scale your business comes with learning something new every single day. And I've been involved in real estate for well over a decade, and I still attend the mastermind trainings offered here at Real. And I offer it because our brokerage is very much an open door brokerage. I send these trainings out because they're all on Zoom. I send them out to my colleagues at other brokerages. And I learn so much, and other individuals, even if they're at, Joe Schmo brokerage, they're able to get value. And I truly, truly feel like you cannot grow, you cannot scale, especially if you're brand new, if you are not surrounding yourself around other individuals who are successful in the thing that it is that you are trying to do. If you want to be a luxury agent, you need to be on luxury agent mastermind calls. If you want to get better at listings, you need to be on listing specific training calls. And we offer over 30 hours of training here at Real Brokerage every single week. And I think that that's pretty powerful. And again, here at our brokerage, we don't keep the secret sauce to ourselves. We invite anybody at any brokerage to be able to attend the majority of the calls that we offer here. And I think that that's pretty powerful. So if you want to get a schedule of all of the trainings that are offered here, no obligation to do anything. Click the link to sign up for my emails. I send out a weekly calendar of events that happen here at Real Brokerage. I want to see new agents and agents that are stuck right now, even though they've been in the business, they are stuck right now in their business. I want to see you win. I don't want you to hang up your license if you can help it. And I would implore you to tap in consistently and make that commitment to yourself that you're going to tap into more and more masterminds and trainings. And I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee you that within 90 days, you're going to be in a completely different place in your business just by staying connected with the masterminds and trainings offered here or at any brokerage. As far as the trainings are concerned, I will say to make sure that those trainings are tactical and not fluff. I know some other places, the trainings that they offer, I'll be frank with you, it's just a bunch of fluff. But here at Real, they are next level trainings that are offered. And because we're collaborative, we want everyone to get the secret sauce. The last thing that you're going to want to make sure you do as a brand new agent, and hit the thumbs up button if you're getting value from today's video, is to tour new construction communities. So right now, as of this recording, we are in a new we're in the wild, wild west right now as far as the post-NAR settlement. So the ability to tour any and every home, especially if you are a brand new agent, but you don't have a client, is severely limited in most states. You technically or typically have to have someone that you're showing a property to in order to see a home in most MLSs. At least it's here in the state of Georgia and a ton of other states that I'm familiar with. But if you're a brand new agent and you don't have any clients, what can you do? I would strongly implore you to look into touring new construction communities. I did another video on this channel where I show you as a brand new agent or any agent how to create a new construction centered landing page. I'll put that in the link of this description of this video as well, so that you can check that out. And I think that that's powerful because this new construction landing page that I've created and helped other agents create allows me to see every single new construction community that's in my city. And I can reach out directly to those new construction communities. And in large part, you can tour these communities without necessarily having a buyer client that you work with every single time. You can have a family member or a friend that it becomes your quasi client, if you will, if your state requires it. But in these new construction communities, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to tour these, because these new construction communities typically have a model home, and that model home is open to the public. So if you want to know, get an idea of the pulse of your particular city, or you want to be very, very much niche down, I would say start with new construction communities. We all love shiny new things, and many new construction communities are modeled very nicely. I talk about how if you have a Toll Brothers community in your city, that needs to be the first community that you tour, because I really truly love the Toll Brothers product, as well as a couple of others that are out there. But Toll Brothers is always a great product, and it does really well on YouTube. That's a little bit of a YouTube hack, is doing a home tour in a Toll Brothers property. But touring a ton of new construction communities, again, going back to that first pillar that I mentioned, video will give you quite a bit of content that you can create, both for YouTube, for your home tour channel, as well as social media. And if you just want to focus on new construction homes, many of these new construction communities are paying our full compensation as buyers representatives, and they're even throwing in broker bonuses, which is always dope, meaning that you'll get your full, 2.5%, 3%, whatever. But on top of that, the builder will throw in an extra kicker just for bringing a deal to their community and helping them move their properties. They will give you several $1,000s above your compensation just for that, or a ton of other sweeteners. So I love new construction homes for that benefit, because it's very much no muss, no fuss. The sales agent in that new construction community typically does the majority of the work for you as far as paperwork is concerned. And you just have to make sure that you're being an advocate for your client, monitoring build times, making sure inspections get done. But new construction communities are just chef's kiss. I love working with them. So if you got value from today's video, let me know in the comments which of the items that I discussed today are you going to implement in your business starting now. If you are a brand new agent, you should not be struggling and suffering. This brokerage here at Real is geared towards brand new agents, because we have a mentor program, we have a team program as well. Or if you're an agent that's feeling stuck right now in your current brokerage, whether it's one of the big ones or it's an indie one, if you are stuck or you're paying to be at that particular brokerage, just know that you're doing what you don't necessarily have to do. There is a better option that's out there. I'm happy to have a conversation about what alignment looks like here at Real Brokerage, how the economics work for virtually every single agent that I've talked to, and why so many of you fantastic agents are making the pivot to Real Brokerage. I'm super excited for the future, because again, agents are waking up. We are realizing that we are the asset. And if we are paying another brokerage just to hang our license there is a better way, and it's truly up to you to get unstuck and become open to what a new possibility could look like. I'm telling you, I did it myself. It was the best decision that I made in my business, and I'm happy to walk through why it could be the best decision you make in your business. All right, until the next video, this is your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor. Before you go, YouTube thinks you're gonna like either this video or this video from the channel. So before you tap off, go ahead and check out one of these two videos, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.